All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Where have I been? Everybody's been asking. I'm joking. Nobody's been asking. I went to Cuba twice within a month with my girlfriend. The first time shortly after the Edmonton Oilers lost to the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup final again for the second year in a row. And I missed out on a lot of news and videos, things that have been circulating the hockey world. This one thing in particular happened quite a few months ago now, but I'm going to talk about it now because I didn't make a video in the moment. Alex Ovechkin breaks the all-time goal-scoring record. Yeah, I'm driving to soccer right now. Got a game. Hopefully I score like Ovechkin tonight. Anyways, Ovechkin scores 895 goals. Surpassing, I don't think that's the right word, beating Wayne Gretzky, who had 894 career NHL goals. Alexander Ovechkin, the grade 8, 895 goals against the New York Islanders. I was watching that game. Man, what a moment for the guy. What a moment for hockey. What a moment for everything. Not to get political. Dude, we got a Russian guy breaking a Canadian guy's record in the NHL, which is ran by an American. That's fucking awesome, dude. Shout out Ovechkin, first of all, for being an absolute goddamn menace to society for over fucking 18 years now. Man, I remember when me and my pops, before he passed away, he said my dad loved Ovechkin. My dad loved Ovi so much, and I used to watch Ovechkin play with a tinted visor when he used to fucking run everybody through the boards during playoff games, regular season games. This guy did it all. He did it all. What a fucking absolute legend. What a beauty. I'm so happy for Ovechkin. Man, to grasp what the fuck he did is just insane. Dude, this guy has scored 895 career NHL goals. This guy is the Ronaldo of hockey. He has one more year left on his deal with the Washington Capitals. Does he re-sign? Does he walk off in the sunset with the all-time goal scoring record and a Stanley Cup and all the accolades that he's gathered throughout his career? Or does he push for 1,000? Keep in mind, he's a European. He's Russian. He's European. They're built different, okay? These European people are built different. Cristiano Ronaldo is 40 years old. He's born the same year as Alexander Ovechkin, 1985. I believe Ovi's born in September. Ronaldo's born in February 5th, 1985. Dude, Ronaldo's going to go for 1,000 goals. He's not retiring until he hits 1,000 goals. There is zero chance. Alexander Ovechkin, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to push for 900 and something. Who the fuck is honking at me, dude? It's a red light. Get a damn grip. I'm talking about Ovi and shit. Anyways, Alexander Ovechkin, dude, I would not be surprised if he plays till he's 43. Look at Jaromir Jagr. Dude, a European menace. Ovi has been doing this forever. What's going to stop him now? Will the Capitals win another Stanley Cup? Most likely not. I don't think they will. But in the end of the day, he still has one. At least he has that one cup. And that's what I talk about Connor McDavid. All he needs is one Stanley Cup. He does not need 3 like Sidney Crosby to match his spectacular career. By the way, happy birthday, Sidney Crosby. His birthday was yesterday. I believe he's 39 years old now, and he's still one of the top players in the league. Absolute legend. Can't wait for the Olympics. Captain Crosby in the Olympics. Give me a goddamn break. Anyways, dude, Alexander Ovechkin, it would not shock me if he plays for another couple years. Like, this guy, he just drinks beer, Coke, and eats Subway and Doritos, and that's all he needs to fuel him to become an absolute menace to society in the rink. What a beast, dude. Like, I'm so happy for Ovi. As a hockey fan, As someone who admired Ovechkin my entire life, I loved him when I was a kid. I love him now. I love him forever, dude. What a legend he is. By the way, check out the braids. How sweet are these? Anyways, shout out Ovechkin. I know this is long overdue, but I mean, dude, like, I've been in Cuba and shit. I just been. I'm sure no one really gives a fuck where the fuck I've been, but you know what? Shout out Cuba. Shout out Ovechkin. That's one thing I want to get off my chest here. Talk about Ovi and just how amazing he is and what a legend to the game. First ballot Hall of Fame. Right when he retires, he's going straight to the Hall of Fame. Same with Sidney Crosby. There's a couple other things I want to talk about here. The Stanley Cup Final, or Mitch Marner becoming a Vegas Golden Knight. Where should I start here? I think the Leaf talk will be longer because the Oilers got waxed. Anyways, let's go with the Oilers. Oilers Panthers rematch Stanley Cup Final from last year. Here we go again. Oilers Panthers. Oilers with home ice advantage to start the series this year. That's a difference. They did not have home ice last year when they lost in 7 games to the Florida Panthers. But the Oilers got waxed. It went to 6 games. They got fucking demolished, dude. Look at this line of traffic. How is there this much traffic right now? Anyways, the Oilers got waxed, dude. Who do you blame in this situation? It's hard to really say. Leon put on a performance. Connor McDavid, you want to talk shit about Connor McDavid, you could absolutely kick rocks and trip over a knife. Without him, they would not be in any situation even close to a Stanley Cup. Never mind the Stanley Cup. Never mind the playoffs. They would be a wild card team, even if that, because they have Leon Draisaitl, who's an absolute demon. But dude, that team, they got waxed. They went to 7 last year, lost 2-1 in the Cup final in Florida. This year they got smoked, dude. They got crumbled by the Florida Panthers. Keep in mind though, the Florida Panthers somehow got better than they did the year prior. How good was Seth Jones during this playoffs? What a signing by Bill Zito. Give me a goddamn break, dude. This guy just goes and picks out demons. Never mind Seth Jones. Brad Marchand, dude. As a Leaf fan, obviously we're not fond of Brad Marchand. He's a Canadian. When he plays for Canada, I love him. But my God, dude, this guy just walked all over the Edmonton Oilers. He could have won the Conn Smythe if he didn't get fucking picked up when he did. If he was playing like this with the Florida Panthers before he got picked up, he could have won the Conn Smythe over Sam Bennett. And let's talk about Sam Bennett. Dude, this guy's a lunatic. He practically gives... Oh my God, how am I drawing a blank right now? I'm tripping. Dude, in the playoff series against the Leafs, Anthony Stolarz, sorry, my bad. He breaks his neck practically, and then they go on to smoke the Leafs in 7. As a Leaf fan, who thought we had a fucking goddamn chance? And of course, Brad Marchand scores. But I'm not talking about the Leafs just yet, because they got serious problems. I'm talking about the Stanley Cup Final and the Panthers and the run they went on. Dude, this team just walked through everybody. And I know I see a lot of people on the social media talking about, oh, if the Leafs beat the Panthers in 7, they would have went on to beat the Oilers. No, they fucking wouldn't. No fucking chance they would have. What are you talking about? I would give the Leafs a better chance against Carolina than Carolina had against Florida. But my God, dude, you cannot just say if the Leafs beat the Panthers in 7, they would have went on to beat the Oilers eventually in the fucking Stanley Cup. Dude, that team has so much problems. Anyways, I'm not talking about the Leafs yet. Fuck, every single time. The Oilers just got waxed, and there's no question to it. Stuart Skinner, is he the guy? Probably not. He's not a Bobrovsky. He's not a Vasilevsky. He's not a Jonathan Quick. He's just not a Stanley Cup goaltender. He's not a guy that you rely on when you need to win a game. Every time the Oilers needed to win a game in this series, Stuart Skinner let them down. The Panthers put up so many goals. I seen Matt Tkachuk score from basically the blue line in one of the games. The game he scored 2 goals in. Like, my God, dude. Like, some of the goals he lets in are just so questionable and so suspicious. But at the same time, it's like, what can you do when you run into a powerhouse with a bunch of guys? And I'm not blaming the no tax thing. But at the same time, I kind of am. Because, like, dude, look what the Panthers just did. They re-signed Sam Bennett, they re-signed Brad Marchand, and they re-signed Aaron Ekblad. They have Sergei Bobrovsky on another year. They brought back basically the most important pieces to what has won them the Stanley Cup for 2 years in a row now. And that's due to because the state and how they are able to just get away with these things. Oh, my bad. Like, Sam Bennett is not signing for 8x8 anywhere else in the league because he knows he can make more. But the thing is, with Florida and the Dallases and the Vegases of the world, you're able to get paid less but still keep more, if that makes sense. Like these guys who play in the Canadian markets, they get fucked. They get absolutely fucked. And you know what? I respect some of them for staying because I know they want to keep their money. William Nylander, Austin Matthews, we know they want their bag, dude. They don't give a fuck. They want their money, and they get their money. But they still sacrifice a lot of it due to Canadian taxes and whatnot. But Sam Bennett, this guy, dude, he said, fuck it. I'm gonna stay here, sign an 8x8, finish my career out in Florida. And on a side note, same with Aaron Ekblad and Brad Marchand. Brad Marchand's on the back nine of his career. But, dude, he can still play. Brad Marchand showed everybody that he is still able to play hockey competitively in big moments. This guy put on a show in the Stanley Cup final. You think Brad Marchand is not capable of fucking playing big games? Well, you thought wrong. It's just, I'm not blaming the state tax. I don't blame, it has nothing to, I'm gonna go here on this yellow light because I can. It's a red light, I'm still going. But there's a guy behind me who just ran a straight red. Straight red. Something Sam Bennett would do. Anyways, do you blame these guys though? Why would you not want to stay in Florida? Like, you play professional hockey in one of the hottest states, if not the hottest state in America, and Florida is basically in the Caribbean, because I swear to God I could see fucking Florida from Cuba when I was there. You play hockey, you show up to practice in fucking shorts and sandals. What an unreal place to play hockey. Why would you not re-sign there? The Aaron Ekblads, everyone's saying, oh, Aaron Ekblad's gonna leave. Why the fuck would he leave? He just won 2 Stanley Cups. He's been to 3 straight finals. Why the fuck would he leave? Why would Sam Bennett leave? Everyone's saying Sam Bennett's coming to the Leafs. Why the fuck would Sam Bennett come to the Leafs? For what, dude? He's trying to just continue his journey of dominance in the NHL in a state where he can save most of his money and just continue to win. Because keep in mind, never mind the state tax and the no state tax and all the money you can save and whatnot, nobody gives a fuck in Florida if you're losing. If the Panthers were not making the playoffs, nobody would give a fuck in the state of Florida that the Panthers are not making the Stanley Cup playoffs. But if the Miami Heat and the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not making playoffs, there would be more talk. No one cares about hockey in Florida. They just continue to win because they can sign all these guys for low money because of the fucking circumstances of the state. And shout out Florida for being able to do this because they're building a dynasty. The Florida Panthers are building a Chicago Blackhawks dynasty. They might win 3 cups in a row, dude. The Penguins did it in 2016-17. The Penguins won the Stanley Cup twice in a row. Damn, that's making a lot of noise. I don't know why I'm raging so hard. I'm just furious because we get fucked as Leaf fans, and I love Connor McDavid so much that it just bothers me that teams like this continue to win. Anyways, to make a long story short, the Edmonton Oilers got absolutely waxed this Stanley Cup final. They lost a lot of key pieces. I don't remember much right now, but I know Connor Brown is on New Jersey. In the last playoffs against the Panthers in the finals, he was a huge factor. They still didn't address their goaltending issues. Connor McDavid is yet to sign an extension with the Edmonton Oilers. I still think he does. If I wasn't, I'm a Connor McDavid stan. I love the Leafs. I'm a Leaf fan by default. My father, thank you, Pops. I love the Leafs, obviously, always been forever. I love Connor McDavid. I'll support him forever. I don't think he would backstab Leon Draisaitl like that. I don't think Connor McDavid would leave Draisaitl in the dust with Edmonton. Because if Connor McDavid leaves Edmonton, they're going to go back to what they were for the past 10 years when they didn't draft, before they drafted him. The dark days of the Oilers everybody talks about. Dude. If they lose Connor McDavid, they're going to go right back to those dark days. I think he's going to resign. I hope he does. And everybody's saying, oh, he's coming to the Leafs. He's coming to the Leafs. Connor McDavid is not coming to the fucking Maple Leafs. He's not. Why would he do that? He knows he's not going to win in Toronto. He's been to 2 cup finals in Edmonton. What makes you think he's going to win a cup with Toronto? He gets enough fucking... He gets pressed enough by everybody in the world, specifically Canadian media, because he didn't win a cup yet in Edmonton. Imagine in Toronto, where we haven't seen a Stanley Cup since 1967, when TVs were black and white. My dad was 4. He would have been 63 this year if he was alive. That's how long ago the Maple Leafs haven't won a Stanley Cup. And what makes you think Connor McDavid in his prime years are going to go to the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs? And don't get me wrong, though. If that ever were to happen, I'll be the happiest guy in the world. I get to watch Connor McDavid play with Austin Matthews. I get to watch Connor McDavid set up Austin Matthews in the playoffs. Dude, that's a dream come true. That's like Ronaldo winning the Stanley Cup. That's like Ronaldo winning the World Cup for me. That's not happening. Until Connor McDavid wins a Stanley Cup in Edmonton, he's not going to leave. He can't. Because since he was a fucking since he was a youth, this guy has been the pressure, because we all know the fucking draft is rigged. We all knew Connor McDavid was going to go to the Edmonton Oilers when they were tanking their ass off for him. He has the pressure of Wayne Gretzky. That's a lot of pressure to deal with as a young man in the NHL today, where the game is 10 times harder. Oh my god, I missed a turn. Like, dude, they really just need to just get Connor McDavid signed to a contract. That's the bottom line. And I don't think he would backstab Leon Draisaitl like that. I really don't think he would do such a thing. I really don't.